Hey everyone, welcome to Jira Duty Part 1. Although this is technically like part 3 or 4. I've done these before, but we're starting a brand new series. We're going to be doing these for the next few weeks, but we're going to do 14 sessions. And this is mainly because I slacked off the entire summer. I was supposed to do these weekly for 15 weeks, and I didn't. And so now I'm paying the penalty of having to catch up on my commitments. And with that said, this video and the entire 14 year, the entire next 14 streams of Jura Duty are going to be sponsored by my good friends over at Resolution. So make sure you give my good friends over at Resolution a little love and try out their apps. And they have a lot. And so, yeah, so we're going to jump into it. So let me kind of baseline, let me explain what Jura Duty is in case you're new here. And then we're going to have a lot of fun. Hopefully, fingers crossed. I don't know. I think it's going to be fun. Hopefully, you have some fun too. This is not something I typically do alone. Usually, I got my band of brothers, Mr. Rodney and Mr. Bob, but I didn't want to overwhelm them with 14 live streams. So if they join, they join. If they don't join, then we're just gonna have some fun alone. But essentially, what Jira Duty is I go to community.atlassian.com, which is exactly where I'm going right now. And in case you didn't know, that there's a website called community.atlassian.com where you get to post your Atlassian questions. Okay, so whatever questions you have, whether it's Jira or Confluence, JSM, whatever it is, there's a place where you can go ask for free questions to the Atlassian community. And there's quite a few um, hundreds of thousands of people in that Atlassian community. And there's a few people that I've always that I've personally spoken to that essentially they spend a good amount of their time answering questions. But since I'm a community leader or aka a champion, it's my opportunity to kind of help out a little bit. So what we're going to be doing again, 14 of these sessions, is we're going to try to answer 3 to 4, maybe 5 questions. The questions are usually not easy, folks, right? I usually try to recreate the question, try to understand, and there's some back and forth that needs to happen, which is really not the most ideal scenario. And so let's just see how it goes. We're gonna have some fun, and we're gonna just jump into it here. We're gonna start. I'll share my screen here, and we're gonna jump straight into some questions. I'm gonna reset my filters here just to make sure we're good and we're getting the valid questions here. So first things first is I have a reset, right? So it's the atlassiancommunity.com. I got 8 accepted answers, 59 total posts. So we're going to try to bump those up a little bit. And so what I'm going to do, because there's just so many questions, I'm going to just stick to right now, just to Jira. And actually, I'll do Jira work management. I'll do advanced planning. Let's see, what else do we want to do? I like service management, and I'll do Confluence. I think I'll just leave it at that. There's a lot of options as you can see here. And so we're just going to leave it there for now. And let's just go and see what are the questions that people are asking. And not every question is going to be a winner here. Not every question is going to have a good question or good answer. So we're just going to take a look. I'm not prepped in any way, shape, or form. So what you see here is you're literally seeing me looking at this for the very first time. So I haven't gone and fielded the questions at all. And so not really sure what to expect. I'm not liking these binary ones. I'm not sure what's going on with these, but there's 3 of them here. So I'm going to kind of skip over those and keep going. Some of these could be spam. I don't know if there's a filter or a baseline or some moderator within Atlassian that looks at these, but these are looking weird to me. Like I don't necessarily believe in the legitimacy of these questions. So I'm gonna keep skipping through here, especially when this person, Lewis here, let's see. Yeah, they have 6 posts and they all posted these within the last hour or so. So this is kind of shady. I'm gonna skip all these Lewis questions here. I don't think any of them look like they're pretty legit. So let's go there and let's get to this one here. So we got our first question after we skipped a couple of shady questions. And let's see what the first question brings us. First question of the night. Hello, I want to move aboard company managed software, great job, to a new location project, a team managed business. Ooh, can I also move the issue types, workflows, and all the Jira issues in bulk? This is a very interesting question because those two types of projects aren't really designed to talk to each other. Now, Trudy here, this is someone I've spoken to. And if anything, I'm gonna upvote, right? If I see an answer, like Trudy's already jumped in on this, and if I kind of like, I'll answer. If I can add 2 cents, I'll add my 2 cents. Maybe let's see if we can get at least $1 worth of cents today. And let's see. So Trudy's answer is short answer is no. So team managed projects don't use schemes that are already used by company managed projects to define the project configurations. Yep. So that's correct. You would need to first set up your team managed project and then basically match things, right? You have to recreate everything. Then you can move the issues from the company to the team managed project. And note that there may be some data loss. For example, team managed projects don't support native component fields. Team managed projects also don't support more than one subtask issue type. If you have the release, that would also not be need to be recreated. Note that the native board for business is quite different than the Scrum. Yes, it absolutely is. So your experience working with business project and its boards to a software will be very different. If you proceed with this course of action, I strongly recommend that you set up a test company managed software project that is the same as your current, create issues in it, comparable, yep, and then try to do it. So I'm going to upvote this because this is 100% true. And I'm just going to echo, right? I'm going to echo here that in order to do all this, right? In order to do this, you basically have to recreate everything. At Trudy. Oopsie. Let's get the right Trudy. Uh-oh. I think if I backed it up, I was getting the right Trudy. Here we go. Yeah. At Trudy is absolutely correct here. The two project types aren't designed to, and then the problem is going to be it's typing in public, aren't designed to work. Oh, we got a comment. Let me see what's going on with the comments. Hey, everyone in the chat. Together. You'll need to recreate your issue types, workflows, fields, etc. I honestly don't see any value in even doing this because the other misconception is that people often confuse board with projects. And so you can move issues from one project to the other, but because this particular individual wants to save those configurations, this is not a good move. You're also like moving off from like company managed software, like full features of Jira, to a team managed business, which in the future may be going away. Maybe, right? Because Jira Work Management is merging to Jira Software. So I wouldn't recommend this route, but yeah. As Trudy mentioned, oops. You will definitely experience some data loss if you aren't careful. I would recommend that you do an export of your issues and map your field data to the new team managed fields. Because if the fields aren't exactly the same, you might get a loss of data. So this is critical because in Excel, you can essentially copy the data over so it imports better. But yeah, I wouldn't particularly proceed down this path. But I don't know that I'm allowed to give those opinions. So I'm going to keep that opinion to myself and just submit that there. So I'll submit that. I've already uploaded for Trudy's there. And we're done with the first one. Not really a question, but a question nonetheless. All right, next question. Let's see. Ooh, okay, so how to create organizations. I may not fully understand the field and its purpose. We're importing a transition from Spiceworks where we had a category that it was easy enough to transfer to components. Then we have a field in the old system called department. Is there something similar to it in Jira other than organizations, which may not be what I'm looking for? I think teams is a globally set group, but I'm looking for something more project related level thing. I'd like to give a try to the field organizations, which as of now says no match is found. If I click on none and try to select one when opening an issue ticket where components have a drop down, team has a drop down. Okay, so I think the first problem here is that the component sorry, the organization field is for JSM, I believe, which I think is okay because we're asking a JSM question. But the organizations, I do believe you have to manually configure some stuff here. So let's take a look. So in JSM, organizations are related to your customers grouping, and this is different. Yep, very different. So take a look at the references. Yep. I'm gonna give this guy an upvote here for Joseph here, and now I'm gonna say I would recommend creating a custom field and associating it to a screen in your JSM project. The values of this custom field can be defined as whatever you want. And they'll behave, and it will, sorry, and it will behave closer to that of the component and what other field is it using? And team field. The only problem is only a Jira admin can update the values, the available values in that custom field. Okay, so I'm going to leave it at that and just provide that answer because I would that would be my recommendation is creating a custom field. The other one over here, Joseph's answer really just kind of describes what the customer field is, but I don't think it necessarily gives this person an option. And yeah, so very specific purpose. There we go. I'll just do that and then head on over to the next one because I think this was a good one there. So we got 2 down. No specifically hard questions, but let's go. The next one. So problem with customer portal and API. I'm going to skip API questions. API questions are a little harder than I'd like to be in. Managing different change types based on conditions. Let's see what this is all about. Show the issue status transitions on the parent ticket based on the following conditions. If the value of CMR type, a single select custom field on the parent change ticket is standard or normal, also all subtasks must have either canceled or don't. What in the world is this person asking here? Otherwise, hide the issue status transition on the parent change ticket. Some people, oh, okay. So here's another thing. Here's something we're gonna do. We are going to intentionally try to avoid Jira data center and stuff. So I'm gonna go back to my questions here to the very top, and I'm gonna put it to questions because earlier we had just set the products, but I'm gonna do it to questions. But let me see if there's a way to not do. I just want to do cloud. Is there an option for cloud? I don't think it's gonna let me. All right. Well, we're just gonna keep an eye on this. If it has a server or an API thing, I'm gonna try to avoid those. But yeah, let's just stick to cloud questions here. Here we go. This was a hard one too. So I migrated to cloud only one project as a migration test. Should I delete it and migrate again? I completed all the steps and preparations for my Jira migration assistant, and later on, I migrated to cloud only one real project as a migration test about a week ago. I checked and everything seems to be good. Perfect. But during this week, my real project in the original instance evolved with new tasks and comments, right? Obviously. Can I migrate only the differences? So this is a great question. I'm going to try to find documentation because I do believe, if I'm not mistaken, Atlassian does allow, at least if you're using the Jira migration assistant, the JAMA, I think is what they call it, right? I believe if you're doing that, then it's smart enough to find those deltas. But let's go. It should override stuff. So let's check and see. Jira migration override after initial migration. Let's see. Let me see. I don't know. I don't want to recreate because this is a really hard thing to recreate. So let's see. There's a question over here on repeat Jira Cloud to Jira Cloud migration. This might be the right answer for us. So I'm about to perform a cloud to cloud migration, but due to activity and changes in the source side, I'm wondering if a repeat will migrate the changes. So let's see. So Walter said, this is not how it works, unfortunately. You do not only migrate the data, but also configuration and user attachment. So what was the question? Okay, I'm wondering, will a remigration move changes on the source side that has happened between the first and the second migration? This way we'll not have any downtime on the source system while I figure out the new site is working. So Walter said, this is not how it works, unfortunately. You do not only migrate the data, but also configurations, user attachment, so on. The idea is you migrate a project with its issues once in production, and then you switch over to the migrated environment. You can choose to migrate a subset of projects today and others tomorrow, but if they share configuration, you may end up with duplicate configurations on your cloud site. To test things out, it's best to migrate to a test instance first, verify if everything's as you expected, document additional things. So that doesn't really answer the question. However, setting up a test instance feels quite daunting since we have set up Azure already. Okay. I don't think that this answered the question. This definitely didn't answer it for me. This is one of the problems when you're looking at Atlassian questions, right? Like, there's a lot of investigative work. This is why I actively try to avoid this, right? The best thing here. Hey, it's Ronnie. It's been too long since there was a Jira duty. Yes, it was indeed. Feel free to join, Ronnie, if you got nothing else to do at 8:30, 8:45 p.m. I'm trying to figure out, Rodney. Maybe you can help me out in the chat. I'm pretty sure that if you do a migration, if you do an initial migration from whatever to cloud, you bring data over. But if the later, if you wait a week or 2 or 3 weeks, and you do the migration again for that project, it should override the old project that was in the destination instance. But I'm trying to find some evidence to support that. But my Googling is not the best of Googling right now. But what do you think, Mr. Ronnie, as you're joining me in here into the as he's pulling in his microphones? What's up, Ronnie? Oh, we still can't hear you. Can you hear me? I don't even know if the internet can hear me. I'm assuming you can hear me. Maybe it's just me. Hold up. Let me make sure my audio's not messed up because when I connect this bad boy, my speakers get all messed up. Nope, speaker should be good. And my volume's up. So I think it's on your end, buddy. There you go.
Just booted up this machine and my microphone wasn't recognized yet.
You turn off your computer? That's cute.
Yes, I do turn off my computer because it costs electricity and I don't have solar panels.
Oh. So I'm trying to answer a question right now. When you do a migration, right, and you're doing like a test migration, you bring a project over, it brings all the data over. Awesome. But if you wait like a month and you re-migrate that project, it should override that project and the destination with the latest, right?
Now, if I remember the question right, it is the only project in the site currently, correct?
Correct. You only migrated one.
If I remember right, when you do an import, even if it's just a project, it will kind of reset the entire site, or at least the entire Jira instance, back to the whatever the newest is. So it will completely overwrite the original project
In the destination, which is okay because that's what he wants, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna answer with that moved me farther than I thought. Let's see, this person new here? No, because usually when they're new here, you're supposed to say hi, welcome, right?
Yes, you are. And remember, you now count as a community leader, kind of.
All right, so
Atlassian creators are better. We all know this.
can I migrate only the differences in the same project, or maybe delete? Okay, so when you attempt to do your next migration, if you select that same project from your source Jira, it will completely, I'm just going to put, it will override the data you had in your destination Jira. I don't think you can cherry pick specific issues within a project. So you'll just get all the latest from your source Jira. How does that sound?
Now, here's the caveat: marketplace.
Well, he's just saying, so I should put on there as a caveat: marketplace data need not apply.
No, marketplace apps may let you, because I think, I think Configuration Manager for Jira is, last time I heard, trialing a cloud version. I imagine they probably have it out by now because it's been a year or two. Yep, AppFire has Configuration Manager Cloud Migration Tool.
I can't spell in public, man. Flexibility.
Spelling on camera is the worst.
Okay, so shout out to AppFire, even though it's sponsored by Resolution. But how's this then? So when you attempt to do your next migration, if you select the same project from your source Jira, it will overwrite the data you had in your destination Jira. I don't think you can cherry pick the issues within the project, so you just get all the latest from your source Jira, which is what I think you want, right? I would also recommend you look at look in the Atlassian Marketplace to see if there are any new options that will allow you more flexibility. Maybe something from AppFire. Maybe.
I think I need to switch logos if this is going to be an ApeTech deal.
That's why I put it over here. I'm under contract for Resolution to get these out. So
I love Resolutions doing this for you guys, working with you. I'm happy to jump in and help where you guys think you need it. I won't be hogging the limelight. I'm probably going to just be in the background until you need me again. But if you need me, I'm here for you.
You got it. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right. How do I hide working days on the version report? I really should vet these to make it more entertaining, but this is kind of a good thing, right? Because this is, I think a lot of people usually ask me like, hey, Alex, what's the best way to learn Jira? And this right here, in my opinion, is the most painful but best way to learn Jira. Like just kind of struggling through it is going to help you out quite a bit. So Jason says, we have a large version that we can't break down further. I'm looking at the version report and the white lines are where it designates non-working days, make it really hard to read the rest. Is there a way to hide non-working days? So I've never played with this report before, but let's go see. Let's go see how this thing works. Well, actually, let's look at Dimitri's answer here. Top of my mind, I don't think there's a direct way to hide non-working days within the version report in Jira Cloud. The white lines are built in visual and the report's configurations options don't include an option to toggle them off. I'm double check. Yeah. A quick workaround that does not include any third-party apps would be something you've probably already considered, but you can export the data and filter the CSV to hide non-working days. If the feature doesn't exist, might be wrong or looking at this wrongly. You can also raise a request with so let's take a look. Let's go into Jira. And this is kind of one of the reasons why I like doing these Jira duties, because they oh, Ronnie, I think you're passing around the Laronis here. That reminds me, I don't know if you guys have ever seen, little sidebar. There's an episode of Monk that they did during COVID, because if you've ever seen Monk, you know that he was like OCD and allergic to everything. And so they did an episode where he was like on the phone and somebody sneezed and he thought he got COVID through the phone. It's like it doesn't go through the phone. So I don't think COVID is contagious over Cat 5. So maybe that's an episode for a future Mythbusters. All right, back to topic here. We're going to go to reports, and in the reports, we have a version report. Now, full disclosure, I don't really use the version reports. I don't see a lot of value in them. And I don't think you can hide these lines. These are non-working days. I wonder, though. Let me just check and see. I'm gonna try something. I don't think that this is gonna work at all, but I do know that you can go to your board settings over here and there's working days. And I wonder, no, see, they're already specify non-working days. No, I don't think, because my Saturday and my Sunday is already off, so I don't think you can modify this at all. I do not think that that's going to be possible then. Ronnie, feel free in the chat. We shouldn't distract them. You guys shouldn't distract me, man. I'm trying to provide value here to the Atlassian community. What is Lena's? Oh my gosh, you guys are such a distraction. All right, I'm gonna leave this one alone. I'm gonna just do an upvote on this one. I don't think I have any 2 cents for this one, but I'm pretty sure Demetrius is right on this one. So I'm just gonna leave that vote there. All right, user picker not listing all users synced to Atlassian. Let's take a look at that one. Let's see if we can troubleshoot that. So user picker field is not listing all users synced to Atlassian. I have a JSM project where a small team will initiate the issues from the portal. The form contains a user picker field for manager. It will only allow users listed in the project settings people to be entered. I would like to contain. Okay, so this is interesting. I know the answer to this one. Configure custom field. Okay, so is that possible? So let's see. So this is the guy's not gonna like my answer. So is this a new person? How do I know? I think when I put their name, right? Michael member. When you try to use the user picker field, it will only display licensed users. So anyone that will be displayed, that anyone that can be displayed needs to have access to your project and be licensed. Hence why you only see, hence why you see what you see. Hence why you see what you see. This is intended behavior. One day I'm gonna learn how to spell running. One day. All right. Next thing. So I would like to contain. So what you can do though, what you can do is utilize the requested participants. What's the name of that field? Let me switch over. I always forget it, and I use it like every day. Service management. Is it request participants or requested participants? Of course, I'm not in this project. How am I not in this project? Let's try a different one. All right, let's add myself to this project so I can see the project. I should already be in there because I'm a site admin, unless Bob didn't set it up correctly. Apparently not. All right, so we have a. Where's my request participants? Okay, request participants. I'm just going to copy this. This field will allow anyone that has the JSM customer license free to be selected in your people. I think there's an extra step to this though, right? Can my Atlassian bag have a server rack? Ronnie, if you can stick a server rack inside a backpack, then I'll give it to you. All right. I'm trying to think here. So I think for selected, I think they just need to have that license. I'm just gonna leave it like that. I don't know if you have to go and explicitly add that user as a customer of your project. I'm just gonna tell them. I would also double check that the users you want to utilize in this request participant as the customer, right? Customer. Ronnie, you are no help, man. NVIDIA cookies. I hope people came for the fun and less for the answers, because we're going to have a little bit more fun than we're going to have answers. Service desk customer. All right. So I'm going to leave that answer, and let's see what happens there. So yay, we got another one down. So let's keep going. We're about halfway through. I'm going to skip that because it's the data center one. Change credit card. Ooh, we need a change payment card. I'm going to skip this one too because I don't want to get into credit card information. But I will tell you that your billing contact's probably going to be the only one that can do that. So let's see. Have you okay, yeah. I'll let Trudy. You know what? Let's give Trudy a thumbs up on this one. Frosted sawdust. Oh boy, I should not be reading comments in the middle of context of not having the full understanding. Okay. Oops, we got way down. I should have right-clicked. And opened this up. So we got the credit card one, tagged individual names not showing in the comments pane. Ooh, let's look at that one. So tagged individual names not showing in comments pane. I just noticed yesterday that the tagged individual names in the comments portion of my Jira issues are not showing. For example, if the sentence is at Lacey, what do you think? The comments are removing the at and the person's name, so the comment pane is only showing the what do you think? And you can't see who was tagged unless you click on the comment to edit. Anyone's house having this issue? I think this has been reported by several Jira users recently and appears to be affecting both server. I've come across similar thing. I found that sometimes when your cache can help. I'll try to find. I didn't see anything, but I've never had this problem. Let's see if we can recreate it for right now. Let's tag Alana. Let's go to a regular Jira project and tag Alana. What do you think? Save. So mine works. I don't think, Ronnie, we want to come back in here. I think this is ACP 120 related. Just double checking. To tag people, you don't need, there's no group, right? I mean, there's no global permission for tagging of individuals. Are you back on mute again? How did you mute yourself again?
I mute myself again because it's habit. I don't trust being off stage. But no, I don't think there's a permission for tagging people, but there is a permission for being able to look up people.
Yeah, so
I wonder if that's going on.
Yeah, so that would be one thing, right? I would ask, can the users, do you know if the users have the browse permission to that project? But let's try it, right? Because if I'm in this project here, I might be able to try it out, right? So if I'm in here and I got Alana, but if I kick Alana out, so if I intentionally come in here and make sure that Alana can't access this project.
Or right? Maybe just try and tag King Bob.
Well, Bob's in here. Let me remove Bob. And let me remove this one. And let me just remove all this.
Remove Bob.
hashtag Bob's been removed. All right. So this is only me who's in here. So if I go back into this issue, can I tag Alana still? So Alana still shows up.
But you have the browse users global permission, don't you?
Well, I do, but so Alana. Oh, so then let's go check my permissions then, right? So let's make sure that permissions
global permissions.
But I'm trying to. I want to see if the user can't see the project. Here's what I'm trying to prove. If the user can't see the project at all, can you tag a user that doesn't even have browse to that project? That make sense?
I mean, yeah.
So that's what I'm trying to do right now. So browse was open to any logged in user. So technically Alana can still, oh shoot. I just kicked myself out of it. Project role, administrator. Okay. Let me put myself back in it. I don't usually do a lot of Jira mistakes, but that was a cool one. At Alana. So she still shows up. Hello. Dave. So it's still tagged. So it's definitely not going to be a browse permission and it's not going to be a global permission. So this might just be chalk it up to a Jira bug.
Let's look at the global permission because there's one I think may be involved.
I just looked at them though when you jumped in. I don't see one.
Browse users and groups. That has everyone. I'm wondering if the person trying to tag someone does not have browse users and groups.
So how would I test that?
I mean, you would have to do a lot of re-engineering. They have to intentionally mess up their instance to get to that point where someone doesn't have that permission. So maybe add me to the system,
But not put
and
you in a
then
group that has it.
not put me in a group that has that permission. Don't know how you're going to do this. Good luck, man.
Stand by
This
while
is your HCP 120 pre-exam.
I know, that's why I'm like, Ronnie, this is relevant to ACP 120. I'm just gonna hide.
I know.
I'm gonna give you
While he's doing this, I'll note that we said this when we were doing the ACP 120 study session. There is almost no good reason to take this permission away. This is, unless you have someone who is particularly spammy, which I'd very much love to see that in a screenshot. Pixar didn't happen. There is almost no reason to take this permission away from people.
All right, so I just added you in. Let me make sure your email not showing it is, so I'm gonna not show that. All right, so you should hold up. Let me hide the screen again one more time, guys. I just don't want Ronnie's. I don't want Ronnie to get spammed. I don't care if I get spammed, but I want to make sure Ronnie doesn't get spammed.
Thank you for not doxing me.
Anytime, Ronnie. This is why we're here. Okay, so you are in a group, service management customers, and I'm just gonna make sure that that group is not in here, and it's not. So I think we're good. So I have confirmed. I put you in a group, and it's the service management customers one, but you'll notice that customers is not in this one here. But that's me, right? So that's you.
I'd have to log in. Tech Q.
Yeah, you log in.
Q3 2024.
But then how do I give you a Jira license? I gotta give you a Jira license without adding you to the Jira user. Wow, this is, why would anybody mess with this part just to test this out?
As I said, you have to mess this up pretty to get to this point.
But even then, I thought that the select users and groups from the user picker is maybe the share issues is where you're tagging because you're technically sharing an issue when you add somebody.
I mean, when you're tagging someone, you have to search through the users, which means you need the browse users permission.
Right. So let me try to tag you though real quick. See what it does. So
So you should be able to tag, or you can't tag me. Interesting. And I'm still working on getting in to see if I can get in.
Where I think that this is a different problem though, that because you know what? I wonder if this is the problem. I wonder if he's doing this. Watch. I think we might have overthought this. At Alana.
I don't think so because at mentioning still works in the community. So you may be just trying to avoid an at mention on the community.
Oh. But it's also removing the at sign. Right.
I am almost certain this is a they
bug.
messed up their browse users and
No,
groups.
because I think it's a bug though. Because well, let's ask them. It doesn't hurt to ask, right?
Yeah, I think that's the best approach. Say this could be several things.
Yeah.
One example is you have removed the browse user and groups permission from people.
Do you know if Lacey is in a group that is part of the browse? But it's this individual is.
He would have to be out of that group.
Lacey himself is not in,
Lacey doesn't matter. He's the one who wouldn't have this permission if he can't tag people.
But this is by Lacey, so Lacey's trying. I hope he's not trying to tag it, Lacey. Like I hope Lacey's not trying to tag Lacey.
Don't ask how I know, but you can tag yourself in a Jira issue.
That's another great question. I'm like, are you trying to tag yourself? How are you?
I said you can.
You can tag yourself.
Learn. I'm the Jira guy.
Okay, so you definitely can tag yourself. So we learned that today. So who wouldn't have it then? So Lacey, the person who's doing the tagging.
Yeah, the person who's trying to do the tagging wouldn't have it if they're failing to tag, because it's a required permission to tag people.
Do you know the person that is trying to do the tagging is in a group that is part of the, and I gotta go grab that thing. I'm just gonna go grab a snapshot here. I'm gonna tell them I got a room full of experts, and we're all scratching our heads with this one. It's gotta be that.
I am about 64% sure this is it.
Right. I wonder though, like I wonder if Atlassian has information. Let me close you out so I don't accidentally dox you or whatever you call it again. So Atlassian global permission, this one. Let's see if they have any documentation on what this permission does. View select users from the. Oh look, they can mention someone on the. Look at that, Ronnie. You're gonna pass the 120.
We'll see.
We'll see.
What is that thing about counting chickens?
All right, I'm gonna drop this in. That's got to be it then. It's right here, right? So they can mention people on issues too. Look at Sean Doyle had it.
I said I'm not 100% sure, Sean, that is the issue, but I am more sure than any other cause that's the issue.
Yep.
The other solution would be you need to reindex, which, folks, you always need to reindex. Welcome to Jira.
We don't reindex the cloud. The cloud reindexes itself.
That's what they tell you.
There is no reindex button, though.
Oh, there is no reindex button. What was that thing you were saying about APIs?
Did I intentionally skip those questions?
Yeah, I was listening to that.
Oh, I'm glad you're having fun at 9 p.m. All right. Don Roberts created a new JSM project and added an organization. Everything seemed fine. However, when I had a user test creating a ticket for everyone in the organization, got the notification. I tried to find the notification page, but all I'm finding is the default global permissions. I did find the notifications for the project, but it only shows the notifications being sent to the creator and the agent. Please be sure to add organization. Oh, it looks like that one's a good one there. We'll upvote Jack. Have you met Jack? Oh, you're not. Never mind. You sneaking in and out of this thing without even telling me. To supplement what Jack Brooks suggested, the project notifications is different than the customer notifications. And the customer notification setup, it focuses on the customers. Yep. I'm gonna upvote that one too because both of those are great answers. In case you guys didn't know, just for the record here, JSM projects have two types of notifications: an agent notifications for licensed users or agents, and then a customer notification, which is a little bit more configurable with respect to like the messages and stuff that go out. So just make sure that when you're working on a JSM project and you're dealing with notifications, you're looking at the right notification, because if you look at this notification, it's going to be drastically different than the customer notification one. And most of the time you're messing with these. So these are, you can turn them on or off, and then you can even adjust the message that goes out. So you can kind of fix this. Now, apparently you can't do this on the free version, so we're learning that too. Wait. This is supposed to be all paid. What happened? Upgrade my plan. I'm supposed to be on the premium versions of everything. Oh boy. I'll check that later, but that's a weird one. All right, so all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna upvote both of those because those are really good answers. 10 more minutes here, folks. And just wanted to throw this out here while Rodney is in the background, that this video is made possible by my good friends over at Resolution. Okay, so how to design a dashboard graph for Sprint. This is hard, so let's talk about this. Let's see if anybody tried to answer this one. How to show total number of count per user wise, open tasks, open bugs, closed tickets, open bugs on the dashboard. Wow. These are the kind of questions that I sometimes wonder, like, do you also want to like end world hunger while you're at it? Because it's a lot of demand that you're asking from Jira. Lots and lots of demand. Try answering an unanswered question. Oh, all right. Let's what's his name? Sean has an idea. Sean, I don't have any unanswered questions here. Oh, here we go. Confluence page is not loading. Let's see what that one does. I created a table and inserted a content around 5,000 rows. The web page is not loading. It shows error code out of memory. Please refer to the attachments.
Okay, this is a DC question. I could tell you that just by looking at it. So I'm going to jump in.
Totally not a DC question because they mislabeled it. Unknown. Can we add the tags?
They may not know, but I know.
But you know. Oh, wait. I'm on the wrong one. Here. Yeah, they picked the wrong one.
I have yet to see Cloud show an out-of-memory issue, ever.
What tool did I just jump into? Confluence.
Confluence
So is this the problem?
what?
It says Confluence.
Platform notice, server and data center only.
Yeah, this is. Is there a way to add the tag, like modify these tags?
I don't know.
I'm gonna put server. I'm gonna put these two. See,
And
this is why we don't go and do. Should I link them this article here?
yes, you should. Because this is their problem. Well, the problem is, why are they treating Confluence like Excel?
Those are existential questions that we can't ever solve. Welcome to the Atlassian community. It's not. Sean, I know how to do more than just Jira. Even though my name's Dr. Jira, like I know how to use the other tools too.
I mean, one of us is even Confluence certified.
Is that still
And
a
it's
thing?
not Alex.
Well, I'm just gonna watch this guy's class and get certified.
I mean, Mine's the ACP. You'd only get an ACA for it.
All right. Let's keep going. Is there a way to find the ones that haven't been answered?
0 comments.
No, but there's no comment.
You see where it says 5 for you and then it has the symbols?
What? Yes.
Okay, look at a question.
No. I know this one. Is there a way to filter out so that I don't trip
No,
over
you
them?
just have to pay attention. Oh,
Okay,
Sean
so
says there is. I just do it the hard way then.
I couldn't find it. You want to do one in Spanish? Portuguese?
I think it's Portuguese, but I am far from an expert.
Uh-oh. Customers confused by the customer. Oh. I don't know how to do that one. Page property reports. These people are way too active, man. Like, okay, an anchor not finding their exact place. Oh, great.
This is why being Atlassian creator is better.
I know. I took the easy route, and even though I complained the whole way in. You know what, Sean? I don't like your method. I'm gonna go back to just endorsing my fellow comrades. Upvoting is good, right? Like, I mean, this is great. If they already answered it. Let's go back to designing your dashboard. You would want to approach this using JQuil. Demetrius. All right. How to show total number of count per user wise, open tasks, open bugs, close tickets, reopen bugs, etc. All.
Okay, so correct me if I'm wrong here. Please do. But I think what he's probably looking for is a two-dimensional query filter.
I don't even think he needs a two-dimensional because he wants too many things.
You think they all should be on separate gadgets?
I think he's gonna need a lot of. I mean, I think that's two-dimensional, right? Because he needs to. Because it's per user, right? So for each assignee, then he needs to show how many tasks are open. Because this right here is very easily solved using custom charts for Jira, which was kind of the route I was going to take.
Yeah, I mean, that's really the answer here is custom charts for Jira. But I usually try and challenge myself to think of a way to do it with vanilla Jira before I start looking at add-ons.
So if you do this, right, you would have to pull in that two-dimensional filter and just make one to get the open tasks, the open bugs, the closed tickets, and assuming they have a reopen status for bugs, because you wouldn't know if it's open, it's open. You don't know, right? You don't know.
Resolution doesn't have the
transition,
operation.
and the transition doesn't either. So if they have a transition that reopens the bug and sends it back to open, but I'm assuming, given what they're asking for, I guarantee you $1 million they have a reopen status. Guaranteed.
This is not how you Jira, people.
This is definitely not how you Jira. This is probably I guess a byproduct of doing this live or doing this Jira duties that we find 7 deadly sins of Jira. I think we wrapped 7 in one, right? Asking for open tasks, open bugs, closed bugs.
I can't believe you brought that up to Rachel.
I didn't. Well, I guess I did. She made like 5. You think she'll run with it?
I think she'll run with it.
Well, you were offering it up.
I haven't done anything with it in 5 years.
Well, there you go. So we found the look, but in one question we found 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 deadly sins. All right, so
and you already have one.
Let me see what I tell this guy. So, first I'm gonna start off with I don't think Jira is going to display this data for you very nicely. You should be able to create a filter.
I think you need a filter for each criteria.
For not necessarily. Well, yeah. So you should be able to create a filter that includes either your active sprint or a closed sprint. Active, I think, is open, right? In the search.
Yeah.
when you go over here.
It's been a minute.
Man, look at us. We tell people that we're experts and we're like the biggest.
Hey, I've been up since 1 a.m. Earlier today. That's my excuse. I had to drive someone to the airport this morning.
Where is there's a Sean, where are you at? where's the JQL to find your close sprints, open sprints? I think it's there we go. Open. Let's go back to basic JQL. Can I pull my sprint? Okay, I'm gonna do this and switch to JQL. Okay, it's going. What the heck are you doing? Why are you giving me the sprint ID? Maybe because
I mean, if you need sprint ID, that's one way to get it.
It is. If we get any value out of this last 20-hour video, is hey, need a great way to get your sprint ID? Do your JQL. I thought there was a way to show your open and close sprints.
No comment.
What do you mean no comment? There was a way. There's like a parenthesis, like open sprint.
No comment.
Why are you being difficult?
Look at your screen.
There we go. Oh, buddy, I tried that.
In open sprint.
In. It's the only one I didn't do was in. Sean says he's getting snacks. Sean, you're leaving me alone in a time of attacks here.
Sean, you have to share.
Yeah, send those through the Cat 5. All right, so I don't think. All right, so you should be able to create a filter that includes your active or your close sprint, and then you are going to want to refine your filter to include the issue type you want and the status of that issue type. Then when you go to your dashboard, you should be able to reference your filter and use assignee as your gadget criteria. I don't know what to call it.
Parameter, I guess.
Does it have a name? Let's go check.
I'm sure it does.
All right, so I'm going to do issue type.
You know, the last time I made a dashboard, to be honest, I think it was some point last year. It's been a moment.
I'm telling you, for as smart as we think we are in Jira, we're apparently a bunch of idiots.
Oh, I've been saying that to anyone who'll listen, and everyone still puts me on a pedestal. You buy one domain.
You buy one domain. I almost kind of think he wants to do the close sprints, though, right?
I think he wants to do.
I think he's going to want something. Like so
that's going to be all close sprints. That's not going to be per sprint. I think he wants to look at each sprint individually.
So then he would have to put in the sprint ID.
Yeah, and have them on separate gadgets, which is going to become fun. God help if he's on DC. He's going to have outer memory before too long. Excuse me.
And then you're going to want to refine your filter to include the issue type. Okay. So I'm going to put this filter, this, and then I'm going to save this.
Sean, he could put them on different dashboards, but it's no fun unless you bring down Jira.
Ronnie types faster. I'm thinking, buddy. I'm thinking, Sean. I'm not just. Oh man. Okay. Sprint. Okay, so how come I don't have anything in this sprint? So let's get rid of the resolution part just so I can get data back. Save my filter. Sprint X. Save. Then go to my dashboards. Sprint dash. Save. And then I don't even think you want the well. Let's do the 2-dimensional. And we're gonna do sprint.
Sprintix.
Let's go status. And assignee. Save. And then I'm gonna pull in that same one. Sprint. And then I'm gonna do assignee and I'm gonna do issue type. Save.
Or you could do issue type across one and status across the other.
But he wanted it per user.
I think his real answer is I think you hit it right on the net, or the nail right on the head with custom charts.
That's how I'm gonna end it. Or go use custom charts.
I mean, Tempo will be happy. I think we should end this by at least mentioning NASA. Otherwise, Resolution is not going to be too happy with this one.
I know, Resolution, if you're listening, we have a real problem here. Let's make a new app. Let's make a new app because we got real problems.
I really should have grabbed my the jacket they gave me at Team 24.
Oh, I still have my jacket, but it's hot. Oh shoot!
I mean, I saw mine's and it's still hot, so it's in the coat closet. But you know,
oh, but I cannot wait until it's cold because it was so hot that day.
I mean, my biggest problem is this room still has a server rack, which this time of day is just a heater.
It's starting to get cool here, and we open up the window, and it's coming in nice and cool. And Lena's like, "Here, come into my office," because my Mac, the monitor that I have, the very expensive Apple display, like that thing is a heat generator. There you go. Answer. What? All that trouble. There was an invalid HTML. What HTML are you talking about? I don't have any HTML.
It doesn't like.
You may have recently posted the same thing. What the heck are you talking about? All right, I'm gonna copy my text and refresh my screen. I don't have anything special in here. I just added a photo.
It doesn't like photos, Steve.
Oh, shut up. You're the one that convinced me to watch 30 minutes of a black monitor or black movie. Or dark screen. I don't know why I did that.
Are you still on about Space Odyssey?
Yes. I was like, have you heard of this experiment? I actually use this experiment now, though, when I'm talking to people about Agile. What are you talking about? Like, where is this?
I wonder if it doesn't like your JQL filter.
Does it like? Maybe if I put it in quotes. Is that a drop table thing? Atlassian's pretty smart.
Or maybe put it in a code tag or code format.
Maybe it's on my parentheses that I have up top. All right. Well, we tried. If this doesn't work, nope. All right, let's try just this part. All right, we tried. We tried. All right, I'm out of time. I gotta go buy shoes for my kiddo. For everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. We're gonna pick these back up tomorrow. We're doing three of these a week because our resolution, 14 of these. So we are gonna be having fun for the next few weeks. So if you enjoyed this, make sure you show Resolution some love. Links in the description down below for the marketplace. Special thanks to Resolution for making these videos possible. Without you guys' support, I wouldn't have been at Teams. I wouldn't be here. You guys are truly awesome. And sorry for talking about custom chart. You know what? Let's just end that one question You go use custom charts for Jira.
I mean, it is an answer.
Yeah. And Lena's have to do a screenshot. I'm gonna come back to that. I'm gonna go get some shoes for the kiddo before they close the store. But thank you all. We'll be back tomorrow, same time ish. I think start at 9 Eastern. And yeah, we're gonna do 14 of these. So bring your questions if you got them. Bring the banter if you got it in the chat. We'll have some fun in the chat and hopefully try to answer. But good session overall. I think these Jira duties, I think much more improved. It's really hard to turn this material into something you want to watch. So thank you all for being here. And again, special thanks to Resolution. Go check them out in the marketplace.